I wanted to go on a bit of a rant, and it's because I've become so hyper aware of social postings, or maybe I should say social posings, and it bothers me a little bit because it's setting up some unrealistic expectations, and it can be discouraging for, the rest of us that are just out there busting our butts and sweating it out and doing fitness instead of just posing. And just hang with me because I want to explain a little bit, because I feel like fitness is a verb, and we're doing it to improve health, to be strong and functional, for fun, and yes, to look good in our jeans and out of our jeans. But let's face it, most of us are a work in progress. And I'm hoping that you're working out for more than just aesthetic reasons. Like, sure, I want a flat belly, but more importantly, I want to be able to do toes to bar. I want to be able to do a muscle up. I want to be able to stand up tall when I'm on slippery ice in the wintertime, and that's all about core strength. And I want to have toned legs, but it's partly because I want to be able to do heavy squats so I can qualify for my next event. I want to be able to get up and down out of a chair. I want to be able to use the toilet as I get older. I want to be functionally fit and not just look the part. And so I don't mean to be negative about this, because I understand what it takes to look good in a bikini on a stage, but I don't want you to confuse that with fitness. Yes, those people are very fit, but I want you to know that I've done physique contests. I did them in the early 90s before my babies, and I don't regret doing them, because I learned so much about myself and my body and all that. But actually, when I looked the best, I was actually, well, the best, depending on who what you think the best is. But when I was the leanest, I was not my strongest. I was not my most functional. I was not the most fit, even though I looked fit. So I just don't want you to get confused that, fitness is different than a perfect physique. And like, just being in contest shape is unrealistic and unsustainable. And so I think a lot of women are looking at themselves and comparing themselves to those bikini, beautiful bikini models, and thinking that they need to look like that to be healthy and fit. And that's absolutely not true. While those people are healthy and fit in their contest shape, they are probably the least fit that they have been in their entire contest prep. So just don't get confused like that about that. And I hope that you have a deep and meaningful reason for being fit other than just the look of it. Yes, we want to be fit to look good, but I hope that you want to be fit to be functional. I think that functional aging is lost on the young, because nobody, like when I was younger, I never thought that I would get old and lose functionality. But the older I get, the more I want to train, just so that I can do all the things that I can do. So yes, kudos to those bikini clad women. Fantastic. They are looking fantastic, but don't get confused that you need to look like that to be super fit. You can be looking just like you are. We're all imperfect, imperfectly or perfectly imperfect. And just know that, I just want to have a big shout out to all those people that, aren't ready for a stage and never will be or never want to be, but are super fit, because that is the battle that we're fighting. That is the reason that we get hot and sweaty, so that we can stay healthy, we can have fun, we can be functional, we can do the things that we want to do. And like I said, kudos to the women on the stage. They're doing their thing. I did it at one time, and I appreciate them. And like I said, I have no regrets for doing that. But I just don't want you to get confused, that thinking that I'm not good enough until I look like that. Because the point is that a lot of us will never look like that. You can't even imagine the sacrifices that are made to look like that, in terms of, nutrition and, you know, your social life, your time spent getting, you know, getting ready to that extent. And like I said, good for them. But you don't need to look like that to be super fit, to be healthy. And so I want to give a shout out to you for, you know, just being that warrior of getting up and looking after yourself and looking after your fitness. So